Everybody, welcome. X's and Knowles presented by Knowles247.com. Trey Rowland, Adam Brown, Kevin Little. Guys, it's recruiting season, and we are here to talk about hold the fort. Defensive line recruiting commits from high school. That is right. Today, we're going to be talking about two of the newest defensive line commits from Mike Norvell's Florida State Seminoles. We're going to be talking about Mississippi defensive lineman and committed today. Don't know when you're watching the video, but as of June 24th, he committed today. Sam Leune from Mississippi. And then we're also going to be talking about Edge Jackson Holly from Georgia. Guys, it's nice to see Florida State pick up some trench commitments. I'm excited to watch the film. I say we just get right into it. I think we should start with Sam Leune. What do you guys think?
Let's go.
Let's go. He's 6'3", 280 from Poplarville, Mississippi. He is a 4-star, 91 rated on 247sports.com. He's the 5th best player in the state of Mississippi, 17th best defensive lineman in the country, and a top 150 player in the nation at number 149, sneaking in there.
He's probably the best player they've got in the class so far. Maybe. I think. He's definitely top two.
I know we really liked the last video that we did. We like Eric Valks's film. I thought he was I like the way he played violently with his hands.
This young man's a notch better than that.
Yeah, he seems to be a lot of power in his game, right?
Well, I mean, right away we understand why he's a priority for Florida State because he's great on special teams.
Yeah, big time, very big.
No, I think his athletic profile is what you're looking at. You're looking at a guy that's holding 280 pounds as a high schooler and holding it well. He moves very well. He's got track times listed on his huddle profile. He sub 12 100-meter dash. That's impressive for someone his size. He's got basic explosiveness and athleticism, and I think you're looking at him as someone who holds weight well and who carries it well, and as someone who has, an obvious floor and high ceiling.
High motor, disruptive guy. Adam, where do you think that he kind of slots in the Terrence Knight and Tony White defense?
How tall? What did you say his height was?
6'3". He's listed 6'3", 280 on 247. Skeptical Bass on the height there.
Well, yeah, I mean 6'3" is a little short. I wonder what his arm length is. I was thinking like a 5 tech, but 6'3" sounds a little short for that. So probably a 3 tech.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a gap. He's certainly a gap jumper. He's someone that makes sense for what they do. They want guys that can get uphill, can kind of shoot these gaps, get in the backfield quickly. They're not looking for him to 2 gap. They're just looking for him to make havoc in one gap. And you can see kind of what they're looking for here. He's doing it very well.
He's got really active hands and really active feet. He seems to bend really well, which is good. Oh, he plays O-line too. All right.
Now we're fans. Now you've sold us, Mr. Lejeune.
Sure, he might be a better guard.
We're repositioning him. Great.
I mean, he's moving pretty well.
He's really athletic. He's really aggressive. He's really physical. And those are hallmarks of a good football player, right?
Yeah.
We'll see what, like I said, I wonder what his arm length is if he's only 6'3". I wonder what kind of length he's got. But based on his film, yeah, there's a lot to like here.
Just very it's the power for me and the forward momentum, the dislodging of the blockers. Like, this is good stuff.
Yeah, there's a nice play again. Of course, it's kind of unblocked, but
weird competition because they beat. He committed today, like I said, depending on when you're watching the video. But FSU beat out directly Cal and Washington for his services.
Yeah, I wonder if the 6'3" is something that's got some of the top tier teams saying, let's pause here for a second. But look, I mean, Florida State needs talented defensive line prospects.
Absolutely. And this is a kid they've had a long-term relationship with.
Love the motor. He gives you everything he's got, which is great. Again, he seems to bend really well there.
Yeah, he's certainly.
Imagine he was running the hoop. He does it really nice.
People have already made the compare. Go ahead, Kev.
I'm just enamored by how he's built. I feel like it's easy to point to like the things he's doing in this high school game, but he's holding his weight well. And you can imagine him putting on that extra 20 pounds and not losing that twitch. Sometimes you look at these guys and you're like, yeah, they're 260 pounds, but if they put on 20 pounds, I'm not sure they're explosive anymore. I'm not sure that they're, he's 280 pounds and he doesn't look like he's running around at 280 pounds. He looks
I
like
agree.
a 240 pound guy and how he moves and plays. And that's encouraging because he's going to need to be 300, 310 probably to make his highest impact in the college game.
Yeah, and I think too when he gets that body recomp as well, starts to that weight, starts to kind of shed some of the fat, gain some muscle. Like there's a lot to like there. You do like how he's moving with that weight here in high school. I mean, I think that the comparison that people are already saying right up front, they see a lot of Braden Fisk in his game. Do you guys agree with that? I know, dude, white defensive lineman from a couple years ago. People are saying it, but it's also not 100% wrong in my opinion. I don't know, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I have a good comp for him.
Yeah,
he's really active. He's really, really active.
I mean, Braden Fisk isn't the worst comp. I mean, it's really just
undersized defensive tackle.
He reminds me of an Iowa defensive lineman, honestly. Like very powerful, like very active hands, like big frame, a load to deal with, very disruptive. Like
a little short.
Yeah, not ideal measurements, but really nasty off the line. Like that guy's. He looks. I don't know how much seasoning he'll take before he is a contributor. I think he'll contribute pretty quick.
He looks like a ball player.
Another thing to point out is that potentially some of the bigger dogs, are sitting in 4-down fronts where he might be seen as more of a tweener in a system like that. But in something like the quote 335 that Tony White's running, really what you're looking at is you want these guys that are tweeners. You want a guy that you can put as a defensive line on a run play, a defensive end on a running down, or as an interior guy on a passing down. You want that flexibility. And since he's not necessarily someone you look at and say, oh, he might be an elite 3 tech, or, oh, he might be an elite defensive end, I think it's possible that some of the more elite teams want to play those, 4-down fronts. They want to get the NFL guy at the defensive end. They want to get the NFL guy at defensive tackle. So he might be falling through the cracks a little bit to the second tier of teams, not because he's not talented, but because he doesn't fit the systems that a top tier team might be running.
Yeah, and clearly right now Florida State, they're trying to find the gems that they can, and they're prioritizing versatility and athleticism for those guys. And that kid, his game screams that, man. I think he's going to be really productive. That's a great get. I think that's a good get.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, you just need the whole conversation always stems around resetting the culture and all that stuff.
How many times have we reset the culture over the past? I know, but you're right, dude. It does need it.
But these high energy guys, I mean, they fit that bill and they're kind of what you're looking for. So, that aspect of it, it's a great get. His play looks really good. I mean, this looks like a really high floor, maybe high ceiling prospect. I hate to say it out loud.
Nice to have both of those as a possibility as opposed to one.
It is possible.
Well, let's take a look at this next prospect. This guy is an edge through and through. This is Jackson Holly. He's 6'3.5", 225 from Roswell, Georgia. He's a 3-star prospect, 46th best edge in the nation, 64th best player in the state of Georgia. 24/7 Sports has him as a 88 ranked 3-star. They were going up against like Virginia Tech and Arkansas. I'm interested to see this kid's game. When you see those kind of numbers on the height and weight, I want to see athleticism. I want to see explosiveness. It's kind of a crapshoot, right? Like we know we got to put weight on the kid. Some kids handle it better than others. Florida State is they're not getting the kids from high school that have the measurements and they've got the height and weight and they've got the production. You're kind of banking on one or the other. I'm eager to see the film to see what this kid has that made him sought after by some other P5 programs. P4.
P something.
P. Who knows, dude? Peace out.
Let's hope so. The way the crap's sounding right now.
All right. What do we see first off?
Oh, hello. I see a big circle.
That's good. Your eyes are working fine. All
He's
right,
working
sheds a
through
block
it.
there.
Yeah, working through it.
Playing a little high, not really square. Looks lean, really lean. Ooh, that's some explosiveness.
I don't know, dude. 225. Like, does he look a little leaner than that? Even?
Yeah. I guess he's probably a jack for them.
Yeah, it would appear so. I think
that would make sense. Which they need pass rushers out there, and it's what he's doing here on tape. Looks like he needs the weight room.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, just to be able to, stack and shed guys. He's getting held pretty good there. He's got to stay square.
Yeah, no hand in the dirt. Obviously, he's going to be like a 2 technique guy. I like to bend, burst, all that sort of stuff. I think those can scale up. That's a nice play right there.
Mm-hmm.
Kev, what are you seeing when you take a look at this film?
Yeah, he's a little slender. I do like his physicality. There are a couple clips of him working through blocks, working on, tackles. Yeah, I think the question it really comes down to frame, and whether or not he can add weight. If you, this is a throw. Hey, this is my alma mater here.
Hey.
If you like throwback, he's kind of reminding me of some of the guys that they were taking early on. Patrick Payton. I don't know if you remember George Wilson.
I do remember George Wilson,
so,
the kid from Virginia, I think, right?
Right. At the time you took both of them. They were both kind of taller, undersized, just over 200 pounds. And you rolled the dice. Patrick Payton ended up being able to pull on that weight and hold it pretty well. George Wilson, I don't believe, was able to do that as well. So there's always a risk with someone like this. But he's got, I think in today's climate, it makes sense where Florida State is at to take someone like this that's twitchy, that's got bend, that's got high upside, and hope that they turn out.
Yeah, this to me more, Kev.
He's from Roswell. He's playing for Alpharetta.
Is he? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's from Roswell.
Yeah, he played for Alpharetta.
Chase the tackle, love that.
Yeah, to me, this reminds me of like you said, the George Wilson. That was a great pull, by the way. Or like back, kind of what they've had to do in offensive line recruiting in high school, like kids like Daughtry Richardson, where it's like, hey, he's got a frame. Let's take a lotto ticket on this kid from high school and see if it pans out. And you don't really know. It's hard to tell. You look for the physical tools, you look for the speed, and if they can put on the weight and it scales up, great. But a lot of times it doesn't. It's just kind of a volume game at this point, right, Adam? You just got to kind of attack it with numbers.
Yeah, you've got to get athletic bodies in there and see if somebody hits. I don't see a lot of change of direction stuff. There's been a little bit, and it's looked okay. He just kind of runs at a straight line a lot of times, which, you're evaluating, maybe concerned a little bit about that. Boy, when he's fast, he's got some speed to him.
Yeah, which is nice. I didn't see like a lot of it could be the teams he's playing, the type of scheme they run on defense. Like traditional pass rushing, getting around, getting below, hitting the hinge, getting under the tackle, getting the bend. I didn't really see like a lot of like where I would see like, oh, he looks fast. I don't really a surefire pass rush impact guy.
Yeah.
There's some tools there. There's athleticism, there's speed. The question is it's going to be a while before this kid hits the field.
Yeah.
How is he going to take the weight? Is he going to refine that athleticism to, like Adam said, those change of directions? Is he going to be able to play low enough? What's he going to do when people get his hands on him, like the physicality?
Right.
A lot of questions there, very different than the Sam Leune take, but honestly kind of in line where Florida State has been in the high school recruiting ranks with those premium positions. Offensive tackle and edge.
I mean, that room's empty for the long term. So at some point, you've got to get some bodies in there. And figure something out.
Yeah, and they did some of that this year with their high school class. Like it was a big high school class. They kind of took some flyers on some other edge rushers. The local kid Cam Brooks looked good. Apparently, all reports were until he got an injury in spring. So you never really know how it's going to shake up. But I'm with you. You got to start. Get some intangibles. You're going to have to choose one or the other with kind of your lot in life right now in high school recruiting for those premium positions. You're not going to get 5-tool players right now at Florida State with a bunch of other factors. So pick the tools that are most important to you and get a bunch of kids with them and see who kind of shakes out at the end, right?
Correct. Yeah. I would agree with that wholeheartedly.
I think that makes sense, and I think it totally makes sense to get someone with this build, with this frame, and you hope that he can convert this speed to power, and you can be rocking with him in a couple of years and keep him on at a discount compared to, what you don't want to have to do is buy a new edge every year.
Absolutely. Hopefully get some of that hometown retainage discount. That would be nice to take advantage of, but a tale of two takes here, right? One that very Sam Leune, very polished, very athletically mature, very easy to see that kind of progression up to the next level, where he's going to play, how he's going to impact, maybe able to make an early impact at Florida State. The next one, more developmental, some things some things that are nice, some things that clearly need work, but I don't know, could work out, could not. It'd be nice. The kid's athletic enough. So either way, guys, I think it's just nice to see Florida State getting commits in the trenches, right, fellas? It's been a while, I feel like. Well, for all the other commits, we got more videos coming. Believe it or not. We're going to be looking at every prospect in Florida State's high school recruiting class. I think the next video, we're going to do a little wide receiver. So you offensive addicts, get ready. Going to talk about them. But either way, for all the recruiting news, what's going on, and guys, believe it or not, we're almost in July, and that means this season's coming up. So I know you've been lying dormant. You've been lying in wait, a little apathetic even maybe. The fever's going to start hitting. Football season's coming up. You're tired. Once the World Cup's done, you don't want to watch baseball anymore. Football season's coming up. I know y'all are going to be feeling charged up. And the only way to get the info that you're going to need, Knowles247.com and the X's and Knowles YouTube page. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Put your notifications on. For Adam, Kevin, myself, Trey Rowland, love you guys. We'll see you at the next vid. And keep chopping.